Warning, I do not have anything at all planned for this review. This is actually much more on the spot than I originally intended. So, this is much more of a scattered rant than an organized review. So, yeah, just be aware. Hey everybody, it's, yes, it is the EvelPlatypus. I am just not on screen right now, mainly because I got a new webcam, so then you all could see me much better. But I'm just trying to, work out the kinks with everything. So, yeah. I wanted to do this review for a while, ever since Monday especially, but due to all those technical difficulties, here it is now. And due to this inconvenience, I have decided to prepare you guys with my intro with different theme music still by Brendan Small. So yeah, let's just get right to the review. Style. Yeah. I'm not sure if any of you actually realize this, but for a while, the header on my channel was Glenn Martin DDS review. And so, guess what? I'm doing a Glenn Martin DDS review. Sorry about that. And that's mainly because I have always loved the art of stop motion. I consider it a very, very amazing form of animation, mainly because it takes up a whole lot of time. So yeah, I wanted to do this, for a while. Now, I didn't like the show to begin with. From the commercials, it didn't really seem like... Well, first of all, the characters looked really, really disgusting. The comedy didn't seem funny. All that. But I'm saying, a lot. Yeah, I know. But anyway. I was just intrigued, basically. Because, first of all, Nick at Night has never had its own original show. They would only run reruns of shows from NBC and such. So, yeah, that's a pretty risky move for Nick at Night to do. Especially for a show like this. This is from Glenn Martin DDS, from the same animation studio that made Celebrity Deathmatch and that one other show on E that I forgot. It's about a family who has become addicted to technology, whether it's video games, cell phones, etc. And so the father decides to put them all together in an RV that he calls the Motor Express, I think. And basically put them all together, make them live together, and he takes away all of their electronic devices. So that's, basically it. Actually, I have to admit that the plot sounds pretty good. Like, yeah, you have to admit that actually does sound like a plot with potential. So, yeah. But unfortunately, if you want to have a show like this, you need to make sure that the characters are presentable enough that you won't cringe while you're looking at them. But the characters look really, really disgusting. And that's a big problem. That's the first problem. Second problem, there's a laugh track. I don't understand why you would have a laugh track on on a show like this. First of all, yeah, I don't like it. It really highlights where there's supposed to be humor, but there isn't. Second, it's just animation. I barely remember a show with a laugh track besides Scooby-Doo. So, it just seems misplaced. And now, the episode I saw was the first episode, where they go to an Amish country, and yeah, that's interesting. So they go to an Amish country, like I said, and everyone in the family lives the Amish way of life. Unfortunately, they don't like it at first, but they grow to like it. First of all, the comedy's not funny. It's not funny at all, and I like Kevin Nealon. I think that he should be in a whole lot more than he is. Like, as Cacman11 said, he is one of the B-list actors that are always available. Where I think he has a whole lot more potential than being just a B-list actor. So it's just seeing him in something like this. Like, this atrocity, it's annoying. Well, it's just seems so out of place, actually. I apologize for, doing this. It's a lot. It's just what I'm doing right now. So anyway, yeah. The animation is really inconsistent. Well, I guess it is consistent on how inconsistent it is. The frame rate is pretty... Yeah, I used to do claymation, so I guess it would be about 12 frames per second. That's not very good. For a good example of claymation, watch more Laurel. Like, seriously, watch more Laurel. I cannot stress that enough. That is the best show I have ever seen. The fact that it's claymation, it's an amazing show, so watch it. Anyway, I apologize. I'm kind of all over the place with this review, but I'm kind of doing this a bit on the spot, although I plan doing a review for Glenn Martin for a while. Anyway, so that's all the characters. You're supposed to root for these guys. They are all annoying and unlikable. I guess Glenn's kind of likable, and his wife maybe, but all the kids, they're obnoxious and annoying, and overall, it's just hard to watch, basically. For some reason, I'm getting the feeling that it's really mean-spirited. Although, I watch a whole bunch of shows that are pretty mean-spirited, like Wonder Chosen, for example. But, seriously, for a show like that, you're not really expecting something like that. Going all over the place again, but still. This show it was really hard to watch. It was an eyesore. My eyes were literally hurting while I was watching it. That Connor kid, I think his name was. He's just I guess he's trying. They were trying to remake, like, much more of a lovable, I guess, Butthead, but that did not work at all. The characters were really irritating, and not fun to watch, not fun to listen to. Although I will admit there was one joke that did make me laugh, and that was when Glenn was using a phone camera, as a weapon against the Amish. I did find that pretty funny. But one joke out of a 3-minute program that made me laugh is terrible. That is a terrible accomplishment. You can't even consider that an accomplishment, because it's not. They made one of the worst atrocities I've seen. One of the worst attempts at humor I've seen since Disaster Movie. And you may think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Really, this is really terrible humor. I'm focusing on the humor, the writing, mainly because it's supposed to be a comedy show. But you need good comedy for it to be a comedy. That's writing. No, that's not even writing 101. That's something you know when you're just starting to learn. When you're just starting to watch television. Yeah. But seriously, all the characters looked disgusting. I couldn't imagine watching the show on a regular basis, just because it would be the most difficult thing I would do all week. Yeah, this review was more of a rantish thing that was kind of all over the place. Yeah, I know. So I guess I'll end it right around here. It is one of the worst things I've seen come on TV since Family Guy. Oh, I probably just got some people angry. I am going to leave now. Although Family Guy, the earlier episodes weren't that bad, I guess, but one of the worst shows I've ever seen. Do not watch it. If you want to watch good stop-motion animation and the best thing ever to go on TV, watch more Laurel! And I mean it. Yeah. Seriously, watch it right now.